Welcome to Crime Uncovered, where the truth is often stranger and darker than fiction. In today's chilling episode, we uncover the shocking murder of 49-year-old Neil Jolly, a man whose life was brutally cut short with nothing more than a common household kettle. But this isn't just another crime story, it's one full of twists, lies, and deception. Elizabeth Ann Sweeney, the woman at the center of it all, claimed to be the victim, but what if everything you thought you knew about her was wrong? Stay tuned as we peel back the layers of this shocking case, revealing a dark tale of betrayal and manipulation that no one saw coming. Trust us, you won't want to miss a moment of this unraveling story. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you're the first to know when new episodes drop. Stay with us, this is Crime Uncovered. On June 22, 2023, in the quiet city of Aberdeen, 49-year-old Neil Jolly was brutally murdered in his own home. The weapon used to end his life was a household object, a kettle. Neil, a man known for his kindness, had been in a volatile, tumultuous relationship with 36-year-old Elizabeth Ann Sweeney, a woman with a history of drug addiction and sex work. What began as a night of drinking quickly turned deadly when a violent confrontation escalated, leaving Neil dead and Elizabeth covered in his blood. After Elizabeth called the police, claiming to have found Neil's body, investigators arrived at the scene to find a chilling crime. Elizabeth initially stated that she had acted in self-defense after a violent attack by Neil, claiming he had sexually assaulted her during an argument. However, forensic evidence did not support her account. Neil had suffered over 70 injuries, including severe head trauma, but there were no signs of a struggle or defensive wounds on Elizabeth's body, raising doubts about her story. CCTV footage placed Elizabeth at the scene, leaving the flat and blood-soaked clothes with no visible signs of injury. The lack of evidence supporting self-defense led to a deeper investigation into Elizabeth's past and the dynamics of her relationship with Neil. Elizabeth's initial claims of self-defense were quickly dismantled by investigators. Interviews with friends, neighbors, and family painted a disturbing picture of Elizabeth's volatile personality and history of violent outbursts. Neil had tried to help Elizabeth, but their relationship was abusive, with frequent arguments and emotional manipulation. Investigators found that Elizabeth had made comments to friends in the days leading up to Neil's death, suggesting that she wanted to get rid of him for good. It became apparent that the murder was not the result of an attack by Neil but rather a violent act of revenge fueled by anger and resentment. The twist in the case came when Elizabeth's history was revealed. Investigators discovered that she had a long-standing pattern of manipulation and abuse in relationships. Far from the helpless victim she portrayed herself to be, Elizabeth had been the one who instigated the violence. The fatal blow was not a moment of panic but a premeditated act of violence, with Elizabeth grabbing the kettle in a fit of rage and continuing to strike Neil after he was unconscious. She had been planning the attack for some time, and her actions were calculated rather than spontaneous. Elizabeth's defense team argued that she had acted in self-defense, but the evidence against her was overwhelming. After a tense 10-day trial, the jury returned a unanimous verdict of murder. Elizabeth Ann Sweeney was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum of 18 years. For Neil's family, particularly his mother Sheila, the loss was devastating. They had hoped that Neil's kindness and willingness to help others would have kept him safe, but in the end, it was his trust in Elizabeth that led to his death. His family was left to mourn the loss of a loving father and son, betrayed by someone he had tried to save. The case of Elizabeth Ann Sweeney and Neil Jolly stands as a reminder of the hidden dangers in toxic relationships and the devastating consequences of unresolved emotional turmoil. What was initially presented as an act of self-defense turned out to be a premeditated act of violence, driven by anger, resentment, and betrayal. The murder of Neil Jolly exposed the tragic truth behind Elizabeth's actions and left his family with a loss that could never be undone. If you found Neil Jolly's story gripping and love to see more true crime stories, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our subsequent posts. Stay tuned for more chilling true crime cases only on Crime Uncovered.